On the back end of this one, the Shock Blast comes out, but with no acceleration gate, it's not going to pose a serious threat.
Not at all. Still a well-done play there from FlyQuest, especially being able to convert that into the 2 turrets. They brought so many members that it doesn't matter that Shen came in. 5 men to the bot lane, and that is option number 2.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go with that option, and they made it happen fantastically. Now sitting with an 800 gold advantage for themselves, thanks to grabbing the turret First Blood. And you mentioned them heading towards the Drake earlier. They didn't end up taking it, but remember, once that turret First Blood goes down, that's when you actually see teams start to focus more on the Drakes, more on those other opportunities, without that massive gold being there, just waiting for the take.
Yeah, but look at this. Smithy lying in wait, trying to zone them off on this farm, but I think it was just a case where they thought they could get the kill on Huhi quickly, then go back to get the Drake, but because they committed so much time chasing him down, they're not able to actually go back and get that dragon. Either way, I'm certain that some team will be looking forward eventually, and especially I think if you can pick up the Ocean Dragons in the early stages of the game, it's super valuable.
That's one of the most valuable, because they give you the ability to regenerate while you're still in laning phase, at least Lemon. Ooh.
And Lemon just has no flash. He used it to chase, Huhi sticks around, and Lemon just kind of gets caught with a lazy recall there. It's just a dangerous spot. There's not really a big reason to not walk a couple steps behind the turret, and you'll be safe making that recall.
Xfinity hanging around bottom lane yet again, using the sweeper to get rid of any potential vision down here. Moon trying to pass this blue buff off to his mid laner, who he wants to come around and try to steal it, but he can't quite get there in time. Instead, just walks back to mid lane to make sure he maintains priority there.
And he didn't have the push there, so he's not going to zone high off any CS or anything like that, so no major loss, but it's always worth the attempt to make little moves like that, because even if it's a low percentage play to steal away that blue buff, if you're able to accomplish it, it's pretty big, and he's not really losing anything besides maybe 1 or 2 minions. Opportunity cost pretty good.
Altec very slightly behind in farm compared to his counterpart, but honestly across the board right now, Azale, everybody's in a pretty similar spot.
And I'd actually say that even though the farm is a little bit in CLG's favor, Altec actually had the better buy, because he got to go back and pick up a BF sword, so 6A has not been able to convert any sort of advantage from that farm.
Of course, the biggest thing is also that Altec has the gold from the turret First Blood. He also has the gold from having a kill.
Yep.
So a little bit more money in his pockets.
Especially because they gave him all the solo gold, right? And that is really a big deal. The fact that they are putting all this gold onto Altec, he's going to be the guy who a lot of the onus on is on in team fights. If you draft these protect the AD carry type comps, you really want to get your Caitlyn very strong, get him through his power trough so that the Orianna and the Karma have someone powerful to protect.
And something that I always want to mention, especially since we've been kind of living in the dark times of the AD carry lethality spam for the past couple of patches or so, is that when you do go back to these more traditional AD carries, when you go back to these crit-based builds, they come online a little bit later. So if you can get all that extra gold flowing into the Caitlyn as compared to the Ashe, it's going to be a serious threat much sooner.
It certainly is, and I think especially for the Caitlyn, because the Ashe, even without any items, still has this powerful utility. You still have the ultimate to throw in to get picks, whereas